opportunity to talk about Bill 96.
I think what I'm dismayed by is that it doesn't move any policy. Like, it's not moving any policy. It's not that I don't think French is an acceptable language for them. It's just that I can't believe in a situation where there are already so many barriers to getting any kind of decent service, you would add more, and I can only take it as a deliberate attempt to remove those people from this society. That is how I take it. For me, there's no other way to talk about it, and that's how I present it when I meet with Francophone people, and they still don't get it. So I don't know, that's all I can say. I talk about it a lot, and it's not understood. It's about, well, you're here, so you should speak French, and that's the end of the conversation.
I don't get it. I come from a very multilingual country.
Well, there we are. That's a brilliant.
There are like 24 languages.
Yeah.
I will understand if there is some kind of existential crisis of language happening there. You know, because there are like so many languages, and I don't know how many dialects. It's like every 100 kilometers dialects change. I'm really trying to understand how French in danger. France was a big colonizer. French is like not in danger at all. It's being spoken all over the world. And like, if you actually look at the statistics, they manipulate the statistics. They're talking about only people born in like French-speaking families in Quebec. They're not looking at immigrants who are learning French, allophones, etc. People learning French is actually increasing. It's just, as you said, it's a way to. Bill 96 is coded in anti-migrant, anti-racialized migrant language. They don't want them to come here.
I think I absolutely believe both those bills, Bill 21, Bill 96, is to send out a very clear message: your children don't belong here. Let them go. We won't have to have another referendum if we all leave, right?
That if you come to Quebec, forget your mother tongue. You should be speaking French inside your homes. If you don't respect the culture of immigrants coming here and their mother tongue, like language is so essential to who you are and what your identity is, how do you expect us to respect your language? So you are basically having the stick policy. You're putting the stick policy and forcing us to learn French. You think French will survive because of this? Languages are dynamic. They survive with interaction with other languages. If you're open to other cultures, immigrants will learn your language.
Quebec feminism from within sees itself as emancipatory, non-colonial, anti-capitalist, transformative. It's an incredibly hopeful movement.
You need to understand, the hardest thing for the oppressed to understand is that they can become the oppressor.
Yes.
And that, I think, is fundamentally why we have such a hard time making any moves around this. That they still see themselves as oppressed, still see themselves as having to fight that good fight. Don't recognize that, you know, I may not be out there championing the French language, but I value it. And I made sure my son learned it, not because he's a Quebecer, because language is a tool.
Exactly.
And he's going to have a wider life behind it. Young people are saying to us, this is about consumption. This is about having a servant class. We cannot continue going the way we're going unless we expand the servant class. And this is one way of differentiating and saying, you belong in that group, and let me take my pie, be happy for your crumbs, and I'm going to be over here eating the whole thing. Other